Previously on Irving Renquist.
Landry, our boss, is making us bring in Dr. Tom Augusta.
I watch his show like all the time.
He's a shyster, Lonnie.
You can call me Dr. Tom.
I'd rather not.
Your boss thought that I would benefit Chicago Haunts
Because of your legions of fans.
because of my outstanding psychic ability. You've managed to become the least tolerant man I've ever met. You judged me before you met me. You've decided my opinions and ideas were useless before you heard them. If you don't tell me, I can't help it.
I don't care! Alex, get him out of my room now! Julia used me. Are you using me too, Irving?
Oh my God, Dottie!
No, seriously, Irving.
Shut up and listen to me! Has it ever occurred to you that your father may have actually hit your mother?
My dad would never hit
Listen
my
to
mom,
me.
Irving.
We're trying to figure this out for you.
I know who you are. Get out of my house.
Sir?
Stop calling me sir. Get your stuff, get your crew, get out.
Hello, I am Michael P. Nowens, and welcome to Irving Renquist Episode 6, Closer. I am here with...
David B. Grell, writer of Irving Renquist Ghost Hunter.
And?
Patrick Pantelis, one of the producers of Irving Renquist.
Ghost Hunter.
Ghost Hunter. Damn.
I love, we got Sean here in an audio cameo
Yeah.
for this episode, which is what you do when you can't afford to fly the actor back in, you know, because we couldn't. And so instead, we replace boisterous Sean with boisterous Tom Servo delivering some of this dialogue, which is lovely.
It's such a quirky beginning to an episode as compared to the rest of the series. It's just, something feels like off. And,
Well,
I
episode
love it.
6 is another one of the strange ones. I consider like 2 and 6 to be the odder episodes. There we go. There's Tom Servo in his cameo. We had to fly him in from Minnesota.
That was weird.
He demanded a lot.
Egg sandwiches every morning. Fresh.
Lonnie's screensaver is Pazuzu, the demon from Exorcist.
Creepiest thing in that movie.
That is,
Otherwise,
very
it's
much so.
hysterical.
Yeah, Steve Coulter just kept walking up to it and staring at it.
I love moments where Lonnie just shuts Irving down here like this. And then Irving gets all bashful because it's nice to see a dynamic shift between the two characters. And we get to see Lonnie's little Elvis lip.
You smile at that camera. That sly smirk.
So episode 6 comes after Mike's big 2-part episode.
Yes.
We wanted to, that according to the episode 2 commentary, Mike screwed up majorly.
Yes, apparently. According to some of Dave's nonverbal hints that he is dropping. Excuse me, that's my phone. I'm going to attempt to call Steve Coulter, the director of this episode, during the episode.
Ooh, this would be a special effect.
So if we get his answer machine, I will find a way to get a hold of him, so we will have him during part of episode 7.
Commentary special effect is what it is.
It'll just be so he can, he can share a few things that, he would want to share.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
If he could sum up that episode for himself.
This was one of the coolest locations we found.
I liked this effect too that we came
Oh,
up
the
with
then
with
and
the
now
then
thing.
And now thing, yeah. Because this is like, what the hell are we watching? And
We're
who
seeing
is this guy? Why
two
is he
brand new
dying?
characters, one dying and one just very unusual.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the Clayson House in Palatine,
Yes.
which is the Palatine Historical Society, and they were very nice about letting us use this location and opened it up to us, even letting us into their dingy basement.
Very
Which
dingy.
you'd think they wouldn't want people to see that, but
No, they were like, oh no, you'll love
Oh,
it.
no, you haven't. I never
And this was the role that I wrote for Trisha, and I was very happy that she played it in gloriously quirky and strange fashion.
Oh, absolutely.
She's one of my favorite characters from the Irving Renquist novel, just a character who's poisoning her coworker for no apparent reason and is never really dealt with, as she's just there poisoning her coworker. But she's helpful.
say you did if you sleep till nearly 3. Until after
See,
3.
so we're
When I
not
was in
afraid
Athens
that, say, Julia
investigation
might
last
die.
night.
Well, maybe a little
Which is
afraid,
why I
but
was
not a
looking forward
lot.
to meeting you. I was
And
intrigued,
she's
to
an
say the
exposition
least.
character. as well.
Really?
I'm sort of an
She's here
anomaly
too.
around here, Miss Kelby. I'm the
We're gonna
only
try
curator
this
of
at the Steve
historical
Coulter credit
society that
This is
mark.
very
acknowledges
exciting.
The existence of, shall we say, strange occurrences in Cupid.
He probably won't answer. We called him during the normal life commentary and he didn't answer. He was in Europe or some crap like that.
What is with him, all Hollywood and Europe-y?
Yeah. We'll just have a voicemail collection for him.
Steve Coulter voicemail collection.
Your call has been forwarded.
Oh, very nice, very nice. Here we go.
We get to leave him a message.
Coulter is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may
How'd
hang
you
up
know?
or press
He
1
mounts
for
that show
more
every
options.
few years, never gets picked up. Are you a research assistant?
Steve, by the time
No,
you hear this,
I'm
it will
visual
already be
segment.
too late. We will already have
Vicious
finished
young
episode
villain
6's
type.
commentary,
That's right.
and you will be listening to your voicemail and my message to you later when you watch episode 6's commentary.
It's just I
It'll
can't
be
imagine anyone actually
fascinating.
trying to look like a ghost hunter.
That was Dave, by the way.
Unless your ambitions lie in being
And so
a
this
ghost
is
hunter.
this is
In which case, I guess you'd be
her name's
perfectly
Dorothy,
suited
right?
for the job
I've
Dorothy.
forgotten
Dorothy,
Dorothy Atwood.
Atwood,
Yeah.
thank you.
This is Dorothy's little dingy
Sorry.
office in the basement of
You're staring?
Clayson House.
Don't
It
be.
looks like they've tore a wall down
Monster
at some
size
point.
Yeah.
And there's a skeleton hanging back there
So I
too.
don't
It was
Sure.
just, it was really, I remember, I believe, I think her name was Marilyn.
Who got us the location?
Yeah, because Jeff Green
They've been steadily shoving me into
had
smaller
worked, who
spaces for the
plays
last 7
Todd
years.
Scherfinski.
Todd Scherfinski, who's the guy that was dying earlier, and had talked with Marilyn about who works here.
There he is again.
There's Jeff Green, and about working about getting this location. And she was so excited the entire time. She was like, "Oh yeah!" And then she was telling us it was really haunted.
Have you
She
Oh
was
yeah,
like,
Clayson House is a notoriously haunted Palatine location, and unlike Cuba Road, they're actually happy that people hear about the haunting and are excited, probably because they make money off of
The
it.
township's
Cuba
online
Road
records are
which should
dreadful,
just
so I was hoping
set
you
up a
could give me some
toll booth on
information on
one
someone.
end and just start collecting.
His name is Alex.
You
I
hear
will
that?
take
There's
it.
an idea. There's an idea.
Now this is me
Oh, well,
in
I
this
can check my
picture. This
records.
is
Access, my
young
dear, is something I
Dave
have.
That'd be
playing
great.
Alex, right there.
Did you see anything up there on Cuba?
My brother thought it was
In that
him,
house.
which was amusing.
Lot
He was
more
like,
than I
why am
expected."
I in this episode? And I said, you're
It's
not.
a shame more
Well, it was
Then he
weird.
got- he
It
was
was weird when
disappointed.
he
Seems the
served
whole
you
township is
the
desperate to talk about
lawsuit
something
papers about
that could
using
be
his
easily
image.
And I
described
pointed
with
out,
experts.
I mean, you can sue me all you want, but it's totally not you.
It was weird. It was awkward,
It was awkward. And
especially
we-
because it was at the premiere.
We haven't spoken since.
Now your brother's listening to this, going, "What the hell are they talking about?"
Yeah, my brother's listening to our audio commentary. Yeah, sure.
Now he's definitely going to be listening to this.
Well, and here we go with the rat poison line, which is so wonderfully understated. She's dangerous, that woman. Now, I think we should do a spin-off series just about her killing people.
I'd like to really know
There you go.
what that would consist of.
It'd be
It's-
like
it's-
Dexter.
We wait.
but like
Fairly
with a
common practice for the
librarian
true
book.
journalist.
Yes, there you go.
Not a
It's-
journalist.
no, she's like a
Well, I would
vigilante.
imagine that parapsychologists have to wait for
So
their
she's only
information.
killing people who
Not a
deserve it.
parapsychologist either.
I don't know if really
No,
Todd
just-
deserved it. I mean, maybe
Oh,
he was a
Todd,
jerk.
look at him. He was a prick.
Deserved it.
Like, does
You
a
see
prick
his little
deserve
yes
death?
thing. He was
Whatever's
a
in her
prick.
house.
Does it deserve death?
It's getting
Yes.
Maybe she's just
Didn't
making
want
him
us
sick.
there.
Maybe she's not killing
Say it
him.
won't hurt her.
I mean,
You're the one who
well, I
said
mean,
there
she
are
did
very
feed him
few
rat
documented
poison,
cases of
so,
paranormal
you
violence
know.
against people.
maybe I'm wrong.
There is
I'll
that.
call someone who's ready.
Okay.
Might be time to investigate White Cemetery some more.
No, the guy from Haunted Chicago.
So the nice
got
thing about
arrested
this
there last
episode
night.
was
I think Jerry
since
Parker
we had
tipped
such a
off the
big
cops.
Well,
investigation-heavy episode, I wanted to do another semi-standalone thing where we could explore other aspects of it, and that's why we have 2 guest actors in this one, which are Trisha and myself.
Yeah.
And is Dottie even in this episode?
Yes.
Yeah, he sees her at the restaurant.
Yeah, the only episode I believe both of them are not in, Lonnie and Dottie,
Was
is
3.
episode 3.
And here's my cameo here.
Here we go.
I tried to look as much like
Dorothy
Jim
Atwood tells
Gordon
me
from
you're the man
Batman
to see.
Begins as I could.
Well, it depends
Not
on
sure
what
I
about.
quite pulled it off.
Fair enough.
But it was worth
I'm
a
a
try.
ghost hunter.
I like
Not a
our
thrill
dimly lit.
seeker,
This
I'm
is
a
like CSI
professional
lighting
ghost
right
hunter.
here because it's a municipal building, but it's
Irving
very
Renquist ghost hunter.
dimly lit
That's me.
in like specific
Ghost hunter
areas,
be on a
which is
separate
totally
line.
not the way municipalities like.
Oh no,
Jury's
no,
still
no.
out
But
on that
like
one.
it'd be really,
Could
it'd be
be
more
on
like
the same
cold
line,
case.
it is unusual.
Cold case.
You know,
I
it'd be
don't
a lot
like it.
like cold cases, like everything is a fluorescent light.
Ah, very nice.
This is also the second time this room has been used as a police station.
What
It was
is
also
it
used
you
in a
would
little film
require from
called
me,
Return to
Mr.
Cuba Road, which is available
Well,
on the CNGM website for
purely
purchase.
scientific
You're such a
studies.
whore. Hey Pat, who directed Return to Cuba Road? I hear it was a talented fellow.
Very
myself
talented. We had to fly him in, put him up in a
like
nice
to
hotel, the
investigate
Indigo, which is also a place where we have used before for our many screenings and benefits, which you're always welcome to.
Well,
They
here's the
happen
thing.
rather annually.
Folks who call Cuba Road their home aren't exactly too
That was
keen on this
bizarre
sort of thing.
language you used.
Driving home from work
I
and
like
find
it.
a bunch of
I
young
like it.
people such as yourself stomping through the cemetery, which very
Now we
well
did go
may
back
hold
to the
some
cemetery for
relations.
this one. This was the
I
cemetery
completely
in
understand.
Palatine
Why'd you
because
do?
Cuba
Thank you for your
Township
time. Wait a
is
minute.
very,
Wasn't
very
no.
stingy
That was
about
exactly
their
what the information
cemetery.
on set.
Dave, you have a lot of bitterness towards the Cuba Township.
I'm very angry with Cuba Township,
I
and
don't
Cuba
know why.
Township.
What kind of
If
campaign
you
are we
if you
mounting
want to
here?
fight,
What's
you
the
got one.
group? Well,
That's
it
quite
would
a
be,
quite a statement there.
me
I'm
and
really glad that we have this
one other
disclaimer on the front of
That the views do not
the
express
expressed
the-
views
how
do
you
not
and your girlfriend
express the
have
same
sex
views
with
as
CNGM pictures.
Not at all.
No,
I
I
can assure
totally
you my
express
partner,
only my
Lonnie
own
Hayden,
views.
would be very happy to hear that you're forbidding the sex.
his name, his address, his phone number.
I'm more than
Come
happy to
and
An
get it.
provide.
audio recorder, maybe a camera
Bring
or
it.
two, nothing major.
Ready for a showdown.
Is that a yes?
See, this is how I get around talking about my performance.
Okay.
Is I just distract everybody.
Hey, look, something shiny.
We saw Clerks 2 that night.
That is the most random bit of information. Wow.
It totally did.
Wow. So I did not see Clerks with them.
No, you were, I believe, working on such other films as Return to Cuba Road that
Oh,
night.
was I? Well, yes, maybe I was.
You probably
I
were.
probably was. It was a
busy year.
It was a very busy year. Good. You know, I really do I really do think it would have been better if Dave had performed with a voice that sounded like this. It would have been good.
Like proto Jimmy
Yes,
Stewart,
now.
like not quite. But
Yes, but like not quite, but still Jimmy.
sort of. A little bit of
Come
Jimmy
on,
Stewart.
Lonnie, have a little faith in me. I
I
took
think it would
care
have
of
been a
it.
choice.
It would totally have been a choice,
I got permission from the
Not my best choice. but a choice. I mean,
so
it's
maybe
a choice.
maybe your best choice
All
was
right,
to
well,
play it the way you played
Get
it.
the gear.
Oh, maybe. I mean, the jury's still out on that one.
Okay.
Lonnie had some great enthusiasm there.
Think you'll still be able to date Dottie?
I love this cemetery too. This is a very cool,
I've dated a lot of
huge ass
girls.
cemetery.
Yeah.
Most of their parents liked me. At least
This
enough
was
to
actually
tolerate
this
me.
is one of the scenes
Only a few of them
that I
hated
did
me.
not shoot.
And those
No,
relationships
Steve
never worked
Menarzik
out
shot
anyway.
this,
I
or did
think-
Steve
no, Steve
Coulter
shot
shoot it?
this. Steve Coulter, I believe,
I don't know.
shot
This
this.
was also shot. This was shot at the very
Still
end
wanna
of the
force it to
series.
sneak out to see me or anything like that,
It was
you
one of
know?
the pickups that we had to do.
This and that scene with
Father shot.
Sean in episode 5.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah,
in
which
the
I was
doorway.
not there for either.
Yeah.
So.
Most boring
Morgan
cemetery
directed this.
ever.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Most boring cemetery. Now I like how they're just standing in front of another area here, and it's totally not anywhere near the playground or near your house, if I recall correctly.
They don't know that.
Who doesn't know that?
Crap, now they do. Everybody
I
listening to
didn't
this.
see this happen.
You didn't?
Sea Dog.
Yeah.
That would be the name for Bill Coulter. We have Steve Coulter on the line.
You have
here,
nothing
and
to
he's
worry
going to tell us
about.
his thoughts about
And I
episode
mean
6
nothing.
of Irving Renquist.
Not pissed.
Go.
Frustrated.
I'm calling
Ryan.
from a car here on speakerphone. What theater are we on right now?
Oh, the great scene where Irving and Julia are drinking.
Oh yeah,
Interesting
hey, I'm
attire.
glad I called it now because that's one of my favorite scenes too. Yeah, I mean this one was really cool. I've always kind of seen these two characters.
I believe when I entered, I hinted strongly at not finding a
type of
thing.
pair. So this
Anything on tape.
this scene, of course, is kind of the opportunity for them to,
Lonnie stumbled into
suddenly have that moment of, hey,
We'll listen to it
I think
tomorrow.
we like each other. Hey,
We're
why
drinking
don't we
tonight,
kind
I
of
see.
be closer, like a little bit romantic? I think it's a very
Mm-hmm.
satisfying scene for people watching to kind of see these characters do that. But of course, it's a forbidden kind
Boyfriend,
of
girlfriend.
little interest that they have in each other briefly because obviously, Irving's got a girlfriend and these two
Such is
have
the reason for this low
a long
state.
path of working together
What did you say?
and being good friends. So, but
What did he say?
there's something there, and we kind of explore that in the scene, which is really fun.
I remember, Steve, when we were first reading through the scripts, I think you wanted to direct this episode specifically
No, you're
because
not.
of that relationship, the Mulder and Scully thing.
Did he call
Yeah,
you?
I mean, this one was definitely, as we were kind of determining who was going to do what and divvying up scenes and everything.
He doesn't know what he's
or
talking.
giving up episodes. This definitely was one that,
No.
I had always kind of pinpointed that I'd be very interested in
Is there
doing.
anything I can do?
And really, this scene here was, was the main reason. And also, I should say, too, that the episode in general really goes back to some of the quirky humor that was really big, I felt, in the first two episodes. And, I mean, there's obviously great humor throughout the show, but I know with episode 6, our feeling was, there's some really, really serious stuff coming up in the 7th episode, and certainly your last two episodes that, it gets so dark. We wanted episode 6 to be something that, would allow us to bring in, some funny new characters, such as the one played by Trisha Nellens, which is obviously, kind of a tongue-in-cheek, funny little character, and play with some character development moments that, as in this scene, are really kind of sweet and, satisfying to the audience before we get into some really dark stuff.
Well, Steve, we're watching the scene where they're lying in bed together right now, where we had the great improvisations from the two of them that led into the actual dialogue. And I remember how excited you were on set when we were shooting that, because that was exactly the kind of part of their relationship you wanted to explore.
Yeah, I mean, it was really a thing where, as we were rehearsing the scene, I think it was actually the actors. I think we always had in mind that we were going to do a little bit of improvisation during this scene, just for fun, see how it works. But it was really seeing the actors rehearsing this scene here on the bed. And I know that actually Brian has pretty bad allergies when it comes to cats and dogs, and the dog that was set here was all over there was hair all over the bed and everything. So
Well, it is his bed.
which led to a little bit of comedy and drama, but it was seeing the actors, kind of work with each other and improv a little bit as we were rehearsing that, really made me think, hey, that's what we need to do is just, be sure to get
What are you blathering about?
Alex, the boy in the picture,
the improvised
What about him?
takes at one
Perhaps
point
it's not a
was just
coincidence that
because,
he's named
where,
Alex.
Brian was really getting into
You know,
it.
you're
Really
getting
just
more and
being
more like
super
Lonnie
silly,
every day
and
with the dragging out of the
every
exposition.
just cracking up, like,
Please
completely
continue.
genuine and
Okay.
and,
Yesterday, when I went to talk to Dorothy Atwood at the Historical Society, I asked her to check on the name Alex Mackey. She said Clay and Annette Mackey lived down the street from the Parkers with their son Alex. Their house burnt down.
And, it was
Dorothy's checking for more info.
because he was actually
You think maybe he
standing on
died
the
there?
bed on top of the two
We'll find out
actors,
soon.
basically,
I hope.
and trying to stand still.
I'm not happy about what I
He was,
Don't worry, I told
No,
everyone.
I'm talking about the way your group acted in my house.
Dr. Tom wasn't my
That
fault.
was that was
used
also
me,
a very
Irving.
hot day too, and I have a picture in the behind the scenes pictures of Mike after that scene, lying on the couch with ice packs on his face and chest, and just to cool off a little bit after holding that camera up for so long.
Oh, cool.
It probably was. There were a lot of hot days when we were filming this that I remember.
Steve, do you have any last thoughts on episode 6 here? We're kind of finishing it up here.
Well, I think just that we were doing a pretty fun, character-driven, humorous episode. But as we get closer to the ending moments, the plan was definitely to leave it on this dramatic scene between Dottie and Irving that really led to the kind of darkness that you're going to see in the upcoming episodes.
Well, and this is the scene where Dottie says that Alex is getting angry, I think, and that perfectly segues into the darkest of the early episodes, which is episode 7, which is next. So that's exciting.
Yeah, and and I think just that ending it on that note, kind of makes it. I feel that when you have comedy and and you're able to have all that comic relief, and then suddenly bust in there with a really dramatic scene that really calls attention to it when it stands out. It's just opposite the same way, where if you have a really, really serious, performance, and then you toss like a one-line joke in there that really stands out and gets a bigger reaction than a joke does when it's there with, 100 other jokes. So that was definitely our intent with the last scene, was to leave it on the kind of moody note that you're going to get in the next episode. But with that, I actually have just parked at my house and need to carry groceries upstairs, and it's kind of hard to sit the speakerphone anyway, so I hope I haven't bored you all to death.
No, Steve, thank you for joining us on the commentary here.
Another way to show that there is nothing but another mask underneath. A front design of twisted lies and teary eyes. I'm a disguise of myself, and it's the only thing I'll wear until I die. It's all a line of smile.